We all know that being a parent can be hard, but when you combine this with being an INFJ or introvert parent, it can sometimes feel harder. Today, we are talking about recovering from an INFJ burnout as an introvert parent. Let's dive into recharging your parenting superpowers with tips for INFJs recovering from INFJ burnout. Hello everybody. At the moment, I'm going through an INFJ burnout, and I'm learning that as an introverted parent, an INFJ burnout isn't always preventable. I do talk about in other videos about things you can do to prevent a burnout from happening in the first place, but when you have kids, life just keeps going whether you want it to or not. My last few weeks have just been so chaotic. And when my life is busy, I'm pretty sure this is the same for all INFJs. When life feels busy, everything else can become so overwhelming, and that's when we can begin to head into that INFJ burnout. So today, I thought it would be good to share with you what I've been doing to help recover from my latest bout of INFJ burnout, and hopefully you can try some of these tips too, and let me know in the comments if they work for you. Okay, the first thing I've been doing is prioritizing self-care. Even if it's only little snippets here and there. I have been using a weighted blanket whenever I'm on the couch at night and watching TV. The weight of the blanket helps to calm down your nervous system when it feels like it's completely glitching. You know what I mean? When you feel like, ugh, like just not yourself. And this is a common problem for INFJs who are experiencing burnout. So weighted blankets have been proven to reduce stress, anxiety, and provide that extra comfort and security. It's also great for people who are autistic or have ADHD. It's great for people with depression and anxiety. And I will link a weighted blanket down in the description below so you can check it out and see if it's something that you might like. I like to have hot baths when the kids go to bed. I know, there's a lot of contention. I sometimes see people on Instagram say things like hot baths and face masks aren't going to solve your problems when it's a systematic issue. And look, a hot bath, it's not going to magically make mental health issues or poverty or anything like that go away. But for me, I do find a hot bath helps to calm my nervous system down. I find it the warmth of the water and just actually being in water is very calming and soothing for me. I like to light a candle, which helps to ground myself, because as I watch the flame flicker, it helps me to be in the present moment, in the now, to get out of my head and to just ground myself, and it's just very soothing. I also enjoy reading crappy books. When I've been counseling people all week and hearing actual real life stories, the last thing I need is a heavy book. I love reading, but I like to read what I call junk food for the soul books. They're lighthearted, they're fun, they're not too serious, doesn't require a lot of concentration. I can read it at night when I'm about to fall asleep. Like, think books like Sophie Kinsella, Shopaholic, just very books, but I enjoy them. I'm currently reading a book called The Shelf, and it's pretty good. It's not a classic novel, but I'm enjoying it. I will also link that book down below if you wanted to check that out. The second thing that I've been doing is setting healthy boundaries. Okay, look, I know that I talk about boundaries all of the time, but honestly, I'm human, I'm an INFJ human, and there are moments when I do say yes to things when I actually just wanted to say no. Mainly because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I genuinely love the people that are in my life. But once you get to that INFJ burnout, you're not going to recover until you actually stop. However, when you're a parent, like I said, life keeps happening. You can't always stop everything. But what you can do is you can stop the things that you have control over, such as play dates or busy weekends. I recently got asked to volunteer at a school activity day, and the week before that I had volunteered at the Mother's Day stall, and I just knew that life was feeling so chaotic. It was hard for me to say no to volunteering, but I knew that for my mental health and my physical health that I had to set that boundary. I had to say no. As for weekends as well, like I said, my weekends have just been so full on. But guess what I'll be doing this weekend? I'll be doing absolutely nothing. And the third thing is practice mindfulness, deep breathing, and meditation. When life gets busier, it can feel like an excuse to just skip all that. But that's when you actually need to up it. Before a counseling session, I've really needed to allow an extra 10 minutes before the session to just stop, to sit, to calm my nervous system down. I put on meditation music and I really focus on the moment and on my breath. This helps me to get out of this and how I'm feeling and to open up my heart, to put myself in a position where I can truly hold space for my client. I also like to use this technique that I've mentioned in this video, which is a fantastic mindfulness tool that you can use whenever and wherever you are. Plus, it only takes a couple of minutes and it actually works. When I'm in an INFJ burnout mode, my breath can become more shallow. This is why it's so important to pay attention to what's happening to your breath and really focus on those deep, deep breaths. Okay, fourth thing, and it's going to sound very contradictory because if you're in an INFJ burnout, the last thing you need is to be around people. But sometimes, depending on what's going on, you might need to connect with like-minded people. I know for me, I went to my group supervision, which is something that all counselors do. I was able to share the load of how I've been feeling and get support from those people in my group supervision. As an INFJ, you might be surprised to see how refreshing it is to talk to a therapist. A therapist that you really feel safe and comfortable with. Oh, and hello, in case we haven't met, I'm Sam and I'm an Australian-based counsellor. I provide counselling for INFJs, introverts, and empaths. Anyways, therapy is a place where an INFJ can talk. Like truly talk. You'd be surprised at how lighter you will feel when you're in a space where you're the one talking and you're actually being heard and validated. And lastly, it's kind of similar to self-care, but I think it deserves its own spot. Get as much sleep as you possibly can. I know, if you have kids that don't sleep, that can be virtually impossible, but do what you can. Your body and your nervous system will thank you for it. Go to bed earlier, sleep in on the weekend if that's possible, take a nap during the day. Whatever you do, just sleep more. Sleep, please. You might be wondering, how do you know when you're in an INFJ burnout? Or what the signs are when you're approaching one? I talk all about this in this video that you can watch right now. So go ahead, click the video, and I'll see you over